Chapter 276, Volcanic Trip Part 17. Part 17, France. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Vanzilla 2.0 is flying to our next destination. Me and Lynn Sr. are putting together another puzzle when a bright light flashed in the living room. We saw Thoth, the god of the moon and messenger of the Egyptian gods. Me, Thoth, the god of the moon and the messenger of the gods of Egypt. Thoth, it's a pleasure to meet you, JD. I have a message for one Sam Sharp Loud from Lord Anubis. Sam, I'm Sam Sharp Loud. Thoth, ah Sam. Lord Anubis has called for you to come down to the underworld to deliver punishment to your former parents. Sam, this is a big surprise. But I will answer Anubis' message. We'll go to Egypt after our stop at our next destination. Thoth, here is the message from Lord Anubis. Sam. He hands a scroll to Sam. Sam, thank you Lord Thoth. Thoth, you are welcome Sam. He vanishes and Sam reads the scroll. Her former parents have been turned to stone and are waiting for her to punish them. Sam, this is a huge honor and I've never punished anyone in the afterlife before. Me, that's a major honor Sam. Luna, dude that is amazing. Fu, this is gonna be so cool. Nicole, it sure is. Egypt was next after our next destination anyway. We later arrived in Paris, France. Nicole, here we are guys. Welcome to Paris, France. Lainey, squeals in excitement, I've always wanted to go to Paris. It's my all-time favorite city in the world. Lincoln, I remember that Lainey. Naruto, so this is the famous city of lights. Natsumai, it's an amazing city from what I've heard. I heard that at night it becomes as beautiful as a diamond when all the lights come on. Sakura, that's amazing. Me, Paris is considered one of the big romance capitals of the world and it's how a lot of people fall in love here. Very, that's right. Nicole, for this destination we'll be having a girls' night out. The girls all agreed and they were excited. We landed and saw many attractions in all of Paris. We saw the Eiffel Tower, the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre Museum and more. At a restaurant the girls were having a night on the town. The girls clink their glasses of water, cheers. Nicole, this is great girls. Lori, you said it Nicole. This is literally the best destination choice ever. Lainey, it sure is Lori. I've always wanted to go to Paris. It's my favorite city in the world. May, it's so beautiful. Dawn, it sure is May. Nicole, so May, what was it like before you met Ash? May, well, when I was younger I did not like Pokemon. I was to follow in my father's footsteps. But after seeing a Pokemon contest it changed my mind and I wanted to become a Pokemon coordinator. Ash became my mentor and I became a huge success. Allie, that's awesome May. Anna, how did you and Manafi meet? May, that is an adventure I will never forget. I saw a lot of sea Pokemon and Manafi was swimming with me. She was just an egg when I found her and she hatched and we became really close. I found out that Manafi was being sought out by a terrible pirate that wanted to gain the ultimate power of the ocean. He was looking for the Temple of the Sea. Manafi, that's right. I was being hunted for my powers. But May and her friends saved me and brought me home. I decided to go with her after my adventure. Natalie, that must have been an amazing adventure. May, it sure was. Tara, I have a life story for you. Before I became Tara I was really the princess of a country called Markovia. Lori, Tara, I didn't know you were a princess of your own country. Tara, that's right. My country was a peaceful country and everyone was really friendly. But my father was a power-hungry tyrant that wanted to conquer the world. But my mother did not agree with this. She was against all of his ideals. But then that horrible day happened that changed my life forever. I was only 5 years old when it happened. The United States got word of my father's plans to take over the world, and to make sure that didn't happen, they decided to blow up all of Markovia. Mother knew this was gonna happen, and so as her last farewell she got me out of the country. At a certain distance away I saw a stealth bomber drop a bomb, and it released this huge bright flash as bright as 1,000 suns, and a huge mushroom cloud towered over the kingdom and completely obliterated it, killing everyone. But then I felt something happen to me as I was running. I felt really hot, like I was dipped into a volcano, and the shockwave from the explosion sent me crashing into a mountain, and I was buried under a huge pile of rocks. I woke up 3 days later and I was forever changed. I had these awesome powers over the earth and it was amazing. But I couldn't control them well. 10 years later I met the Teen Titans and it was an amazing honor. I ran away later after thinking that Beast Boy told them that I couldn't control my powers well. Starfire, Terra, that's awful. Raven, I had no idea you went through all that. Lainey, you were exposed to nuclear radiation and it gave you your powers? Lisa, that is interesting. Nicole, nuclear radiation is a prominent way of getting superpowers in the comic book world. Terra, it is. I remember that. I can never forgive my father for the monster that he was. My mother was protecting me and now here I am. Argent, well, we're glad you're alright, Terra. Terra, thanks Argent. Bumblebee, my story is not a good one. It goes back to when I was a baby. I was the proud daughter of 2 great scientists. They were well-known scientists in the field's genetic science. My parents were not well liked among the scientific community. They made lots of enemies and were incredibly despised for their scientific achievements. So in an act of jealousy, a rival scientist hired a hitman to try and kill me and my family. My parents saw a rival scientist hire a man from the shadows going over what to do to kill us. So in a last-ditch effort to save my life, they decided to give me my powers by splicing my DNA with Bumblebee DNA. As a result, I got these wings, these awesome blasters, and the ability to shrink and grow my body at will. I have amazing speed in flight as well. A friend of my parents took me in and told him to take care of me, knowing that my parents are gonna die. When he left with me, boom. The lab exploded and my parents were killed in the explosion. Raven, Bumblebee, that's horrible. Mary, I'm so sorry, Bumblebee. That must have been awful for you. Bumblebee, it was. As I grew older, I learned a lot about my powers. It was a great gift for me. My adopted father grew to believe in me. When I got word of a special organization that can help me, I decided to join it. Linka, what was the organization? Bumblebee, it was called HIV. Raven, the HIV was one of our most dangerous enemies in our dimension. They are an organization that trains gifted people with superpowers for the purpose of world domination. Lynn, that is terrible. Fu, these guys all sounded like they were nothing but trouble. Sakura, what does HIV stand for? Brittany, it stands for the Hierarchy of International Vengeance and Extermination. It's a supervillain terrorist organization. Bumblebee, that's right, Brittany. Their leader is Blood. Brother Blood. Natsumai, I don't like the sound of his name. Starfire, yes. Brother Blood is one of our most dangerous enemies. Raven, his mind control powers are really dangerous. Lainey, that's awful. I'm glad you saw the error of your ways, Bumblebee. Bumblebee, thanks Lanes. My real name is Karen Beecher. Natsumai, that's cool. Raven, my story is not a pleasant one. I was born in the magical dimension of Azeroth. But my story has been dark from day one. I was born half demon. Natsumai, half demon? That's interesting. Raven, it is. My father was a very terrible being that everyone in the universe gravely fears. His name was Trigon. Allie, Trigon the Terrible was your father? Starfire, he was. Yes. His cruelty and ruthlessness are legendary. Even on Tamaran. Nicole, I remember Trigon. He's one of the most dangerous and most powerful evil forces in the universe. He wants to rule over the entire universe with an iron fist. Shannon, I also heard that Trigon is the most powerful and most dangerous enemy of the Teen Titans. Raven, that's right Shannon. Starfire, we faced Trigon and he was the most powerful and most dangerous enemy we destroyed. Raven, that's right. There was an ancient prophecy in Azeroth. Lola, a prophecy? Lana, what's a prophecy? Mary, a prophecy is a forecast of the future. It's series of events leading up to a cataclysmic event that's gonna happen later. Raven, that's right. When Terra killed Slade, he was brought back to life as Trigon's emissary. Slade became Trigon's servant so that he can get his life back. Hinata, that's like something with Orochimaru. Brittany, it sure sounds like it, and that's like making a deal with the devil himself. Raven, that's right. Slade had this red mark on his forehead and it was called the Mark of Scoff. Brittany drew a picture of the mark. Brittany, is this what it looked like? Raven, that's the very one Brittany. Lainey, that symbol looks evil. Linka, it sure does. Raven, it is evil. Trigon gave Slade these dangerous fire powers and more. He was invincible and immortal. He was to give me a message on my birthday. I was to fulfill this prophecy. Raven wrote the prophecy on a piece of paper and showed it to them. Allie, the gem was born of evil's fire. The gem shall be its portal. He comes to claim. He comes to sire. The end of all things mortal. This sounds like a devastating prophecy. Raven, yes. I am more than just a person. I'm a portal that would bring Trigon to Earth. The monks of Azeroth sealed Trigon into me and I was chosen to be not only his prison but also a portal that would bring him to Earth. Natsumai, that's horrible. Fu, that's awful. Raven, yes. I went with Slade of my own free will to fulfill the prophecy. Slade was stripped of his powers because of it. After Trigon was released, I was reverted back to a kid and Robin journeyed with Slade to find me. He did, and he helped me remember everything. Nicole, and then the battle that would decide the fate of the universe began. Raven, that's right. I got my powers back and I managed to defeat Trigon with ease. He was obliterated in an instant and we saved the entire universe from total destruction. Let me show you. Raven used a spell that created a viewing globe and it showed us the full fight with Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Beast Boy, and herself facing Trigon. It was epic and explosive. In the end, Raven casted a powerful spell and she became a white raven and Trigon was engulfed in it and completely destroyed him and the world reverted back. Allie, that was epic. Terra, that was unbelievable. Linka, it sure was. Brittany, but Trigon's reign of terror had been silenced forever and the entire universe was saved. Raven, that's right. Robin saved me that horrible day. Terra, I'm happy for you Raven. Raven, thanks Terra. Starfire, that was amazing. My story is not that pleasant. Mary, what happened Starfire? Starfire, I come from the planet Tamaran as you all know. But my life has not always been easy. I was kidnapped by the Gordonians. Shannon, I know that race. They are a reptilian race that is one of the most dangerous cartels in the galaxy. They get their hands on anything they can find to sell either to their leader Tragar or on the galactic black market. Starfire, that's right Shannon. I was to be delivered to Tragar as his prize. I busted out of the Gordonian ship and made it to Earth. I met my friends here and after we defeated the Gordonians we became the Teen Titans. Natsumai, I'm glad you made it out safe Starfire. Starfire? Thanks Natsumai. My sister Blackfire though is another story. Shannon, I remember her. Komandar aka. Blackfire is considered one of the most dangerous criminals in the galaxy. On a hologram Shannon revealed all of Blackfire's criminal history. Shannon, Blackfire has done all sorts of terrible atrocities and crimes all over the galaxy and she is really dangerous. Starfire, that's right. Blackfire hates me and she is a bad sister. She took the throne of Tamaran and I was made to be a bride in a false marriage so she can take over the planet Tamaran. I beat her and assumed the throne. I exiled her from Tamaran forever. But I decided to live on Earth from now on. I passed the throne over to Galfor, my Norfka. Shannon, that means her father or caretaker. Terra, I get it. Shannon, yet. But Blackfire got what was coming to her. Argent, one can only hope. Sailor Mars, that's right. My story is unlike any other. I am the granddaughter of Hino at a temple in Tokyo. Before I became Sailor Mars, my life was pretty much a normal life. Sailor Moon, you and I had a fierce rivalry from what I remember REI. Sailor Mars, that's right Serena. They had a magnificent time in the girls' night out. Later we set out for Egypt. Continues in part 18. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. I would like to thank Nico-chan 11 for the idea for the girls' night out.